Good morning to my family and friends. We appreciate you coming. I hear from you often, especially on the phone. I love it. Sorry my phone doesn't work. I'm pretty well monitored. It's just the way it is, but we love having you here to the smartest, the most creative audience in the world, the people who are the movers and the shakers. I know you all answer to somebody, but you're the guys who do the work. Anyway, welcome to our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for coming. It's 14 August and we have an alert. There is a weather alert. Seattle weather will be equal to that in Las Vegas today. And over the next 4 or 5 days, we have a heat wave. Now that heat wave has hit Austin, Texas at 106 degrees sustained with a humidity of 73%, which means you're like, get in the house with air conditioning. Seattle will be 95, Las Vegas will be 95, Phoenix will be 110, but we've measured temperatures there in the last week at 125 degrees. We used to have an old scale in forestry. Paul Zinke, professor, said you put an ant on a rock and see how long it wiggles around before it dies. So you put up a chart, and at 95 degrees the ant would live for 10 seconds, at 100 it would live for 5 seconds, so on and so forth. That's called the antmometer instead of a thermometer. Just a joke in forestry. Anyway, in Phoenix, 125, but today it's going to register at 110. Now these temperatures are modified. So what you get and what you see and hear are maybe two different things. Libby in a couple days is going to be 101 degrees. That's unheard of. I lived in Montana. We never got 100 degrees, especially high in the mountains. This is definitely NASA driven, but it is an alert. The Mount1, North Dakota will be 94 on Friday. What do you think 94 degrees with a white sun is going to do to the crops? That's right. Wither them. And this winter, NASA is going to hit us up with lots and lots and lots of floods to destroy the topsoil. In Omaha, Nebraska, it's going to be 97. 97 in Omaha. Think about all that wheat and corn, straw. It's just going to shrivel up. In the summertime, the rivers are shrinking. In the wintertime, they're huge because we have hotter summers and colder winters. The HAARP goes up into the upper atmosphere, bounces back down to boil the ocean. It's microwaves. And that area of the ozone is destroyed, and then the ozone fills in. So now the ozone's obliterated. What happened in Lanai, in Molokai, in Hawaii? The Chinese are hinting that they use laser weapons, and they're going to try to give Hawaii back to the Hawaiians. Now that's like giving Tibet back to Tibet. And why don't we just take all of eastern China, or western China, and break it up into the provinces it was in 1925. We'll just break China, break Russia, break the United States up, kill and murder. That's what's happening all around the world. So be careful. You're going to need a hat. You're going to need sunglasses. And you're going to need some kind of a raincoat in the car because you might drive through 100-degree weather and then you might hit a snowstorm. This is getting more and more bizarre by the minute. The matrix is not breaking down. NASA and the associated countries like Russia and China are breaking the weather system. The oil in the atmosphere is slowing the wind currents. The acid rain has destroyed life on Earth, and the oil blobs forming in the Gulf of Mexico, which the United States refuses to cap. Russia had a method of capping it, but they refused. The blob of oil is making the water come into the Gulf and then swirl out. Why we can't harvest that oil, I have no idea. It's because they want the planet dead. So be careful. To avoid this, you're going to need a coat in the car, a hat, and you're going to need sunglasses. Because we are getting blasted with sunspot after sunspot and after sunspot. 90 degrees in area in Gary, Indiana. What do you think is going to happen to the Indiana crops that the phosgene gas didn't destroy? Yeah, and the fluoride, which slows plant growth down and is a neurotoxin that we're dumping all over our soil because we dump it into. Fluoride is used to help cool the intercoolings of a nuclear reactor. To make it non-radioactive, we dump it in the water systems. That's why people have to wear hazmat suits when they put this stuff in our water system. And it does not mix well. One glass of water is loaded with fluoride bubbles, the next glass is not. So this is a weather alert. Be careful, we're advertising collagen, which is a food. And as the crops begin to dissolve, you know there's a virus to make you allergic to red meat, Jane?
What?
There's a virus now that was put in the mosquitoes that were sprayed all over the country that makes you allergic to red meat. Anyway, weather alert, be careful. God bless. Thank you very much. And the link for collagen will be below. I use it every frickin' day. I do.
So do I.
So do you.
You don't have to convince me. I already do.
I have to cut the bag off smaller because my hand won't fit in the bag otherwise. My hand's too big. So you know I use it because I got collagen all over.
Is that the brand new one that I opened?
Yeah,
And you cut the top off?
Yeah, because my hand won't fit in it. I can't get the collagen out. My hand's too big. It's my only complaint. I'm 6 foot. My hand's too big. It's my only complaint on collagen. My hand's too big. I love it. God bless, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.